Fuck your whip, nigga. What's up, YouTube? My name is Angel Padilla. We're gonna be talking about Big K.r.i.t, Cadillactica, lactose intolerant. He is a Mississippi rapper, and if you've never listened to him speak, he sounds like he is from Mississippi. You can definitely tell, you know, he's from the South when you listen to his music. You got guest appearances from people like Bun B, Wiz Khalifa, Lupe Fiasco. This whole entire album, man, I was extremely impressed with it. Cadillactica is a planet that Big K.r.i.t has made up in his mind because he's crazy. Cadillactica, the entire place is funky, man. It's a funky ass place. On Cadillactica, there's a bunch of bitches, there's a bunch of cars, there's a bunch of money, there's a bunch of problems. Okay, so Cadillactica is basically Big K.r.i.t's story of his life, man. And I think it's an interesting concept that he came up with for the whole entire album. The album is very clever, creating this planet that's allowing him to talk about a lot of different subjects. The beginning track is just him getting ready to create this this album, so it sets up the mood, you know, creating this planet, right? It just starts off, you know, like he's too lazy, you know, he's probably got this chick butt booty naked with him, you know, and she's telling him to get to creating, and he's just like, just wait, girl, I'm trying to look at them buns a little bit longer, just wait, dog. And the whole album just sounds spaced out, bro. It's like
you smoke 10 bullets
and you're just lost in space, and you might blow up because you don't have anything to cover your head. Big K.r.i.t does a very good job at rapping. Sometimes he's singing, sometimes he's playing harmonica, sometimes he has a banjo. You don't know what he's doing. Since he worked with different producers, it allowed him to sit back and really try to, you know, work on his technique lyrically. Lyrically, man, he's not subpar. Okay, he's not. Okay, he's not. He has different flows, honestly, but he takes it up another notch here just with every single verse. It seems like every verse on this album, he really sat down and thought about it, man. I mean, from life, you know, in the second track, Life, he's talking about finding life on this planet that he's about to take you on a ride through. So he talks about just problems, trying to be successful in rap, trying to stay original to himself, having people judging his music, saying it should be this, it should be that. He just does a good job at putting a story together for this entire album. Production. Okay. Normally for all of Big K.r.i.t's projects, he handles the producing for himself, but for this album, one of the things that he said himself is that he wanted to get out of his comfort zone. He wanted to do something different, and you could definitely hear it in these songs, man. Him working with these different producers, you know, it's allowed this album to just kind of sound different, more unique. And on that song, My Sub, it's pretty dope, man. He's actually just talking about his whole approach behind My Sub, you know, telling the story behind just putting a heavy ass bass in his car and showing it off to people on his tracks, you know, and having that shit just banging, dog, you know, bang it. Ah! The song Cadillactica, man, dope ass track, dude.
bang it
As a nice bass line along with some synthesizers in the background during the hook. Mount Olympus is a super dope response to Kendrick Lamar's Control verse. He just really voices his opinion, you know, being a rapper from the South and having to prove himself to the game. The flow that he has on the entire Mount Olympus track, you could just tell it's super aggressive. He's confident in his flow. He knows what he can do. Big K.r.i.t wanted to do a lot of unique things with this album, and he did, man. There's a lot of different sounds, a lot of unique things that they do with the voices. If you like Big K.r.i.t's old stuff, it is going to be an adjustment listening to this album, I'm going to tell you that. But if you listen to this album and give it a chance and just keep on listening to it, I promise you, man, this album is sick, dude. It's a funky ass album. He does a great job of writing songs with meanings behind them. and that alone makes Cadillactica an album that you should check out. This entire album, when you listen to it, it's just soulful, man. He's always had the heavy bass, but his old stuff just had more of a southern rap feel to them, you know. But this album, I feel it has a sound that can appeal to the masses, and at the same time, throughout the whole entire album, it's super soulful. Just the stuff that Big K.r.i.t talks about alone makes the album interesting in itself. Nowadays, there's so much music coming out that's just blah, 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 blah. You can hear that Big K.r.i.t came with an aggressiveness on the entire album. He definitely wanted to set a bar with this album. You know, set a bar, a standard of what an album should sound like. My final rating for this album, Big K.r.i.t, Cadillactica, in my opinion, it is an album that you have to check out. If you're sitting there and you're about to jerk your little Peter, stop right now, boy, and go listen to Big K.r.i.t, Cadillactica. Alright? Let me know in the comment section what you thought about this album. Did you enjoy it? Is it an album that you can listen to over and over again? Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. Yo, subscribe. And if you have not seen my last video, I talked about Gorilla Face G-Unit, and I'm not exactly sure where to point, so I'm just gonna put like annotations in the most random places, maybe just in front of my freaking face. Yes, thank you for watching. Please tune in for the next video. So, I'll talk to y'all later, man.